Alright, hey everybody. Welcome back to Jason's General. Today we're doing something a little different. We haven't done Historic in a while, and I think it's good to change it up. I really do like Historic, but I've been so caught up in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty that I've just been really focused on that, not as focused on this. I also have like 20 videos piled up for Limited that I need to edit and put on YouTube. Anyway, something new that I'm doing is streaming, and today we're going to do a traditional historic event, and we're going to try out Selesnya Aggro. And basically, the way this deck works is well, first let me shout out what's his name? Ages 84443. I believe I got it from MTG Top 8 or MTG Decks. Can't remember. He played an event called Sakoshin MTG out of Japan, and it was a paper event, I believe. I'm not 100%, but you can find all the data here if you follow this info. And he went fourth. And I've been looking for a new deck to play that I think kind of holds its own in the meta, and I thought this one seems really interesting. I think it's really cool. It's all creatures. It's basically a variation of like humans, but with some other things added in. A lot of things are meant to kind of work as both creatures and spells, so you can counter all the different decks in the meta, and that's why I like it, because it's so versatile. And we are doing a best of 3. So basically you have like your traditional kind of humans in the deck. I guess they're not traditional, but I mean, I guess there's not even that many technically, but like I said, it's sort of like a take on humans. But you have like your Land of War Elves for ramp, Pel Collector just to get in really aggressively. Then I found this card to be really good, the Intrepid Adversary, just for, again, going aggro, just putting in a lot of damage. If you can boost this turn 4, you can often defeat your opponent. From my trial and errors with this deck, I found. Then you have this is good for grave decks, anything that brings things back and forth. Not so good for cats, but there is some stuff in the sideboard for the deck tech against it, and deck tech. I keep saying deck tech. Anyway, you have Thalia. Good for control magic, which is really common right now. You see a lot of like Grixis decks, black-red decks, white-blue decks, Jeskai. So this is just great. People just have to remove this right away. It's also good for like what do you call it? Arc-like Phoenix decks. So this is like definitely an all-star in the deck. Brutal Cathar is good for anything with like tokens. Elite Spellbinder, also good for control decks, just taking spells out of their hands, stopping them from being able to do what they need to do. You have this card, which I found to be pretty good. This is really good against cats. I played a game off stream earlier today and got this down, and then it just prevents all the damage from like the cats recycling, which is pretty awesome. Skyclave Apparition. Similarly good for decks that need creatures like with utility. I can't even think of one off the top of my head, but I mean Skyclave Apparition exiles creatures. I think it's pretty clear what it does, and we'll find out as we go. Mammoth obviously doubles as a land and a creature, good for that aggro strat. Captain, really good alchemy card. Just get something out of your deck and you can play it, as well as the Inquisitor Captain. So you know, it's an alchemy card, it's busted, you know how alchemy goes. Then we have the Nullhide Feryx, which is cool against decks that make you discard, you know, like the Tigrid deck. So annoying. But you can just discard this and put it right on the battlefield, because when you discard the Nullhide Feryx, that's what it does. Questing Beasts, good against everything. Obviously good against like mono red decks because they can't block. kills planeswalkers. Then we have Shifting Ceratops, good against blue for obvious reasons, protection from blue, good against decks with flying, good for getting in damage and just being aggressive. Shifting Ceratops is very versatile, great included in this deck. And then Ghalta as like a top end kind of finisher. You can usually get this down around like turn 3 or 4. And then obviously the opponent just has to deal with it. They have removal, not so good, but if they don't, you often just win the game. Then it has 1 Ijanjo, good, versatile land, gets rid of creatures. Seiju gets rid of artifact enchantments. Layer of Hydra is good for that aggressive strategy. If they kill all your creatures, let's say they do a board wipe, you can often just finish them with the layer. Super solid. Now let's move over to the sideboard. Funny thing about the sideboard that I realized. This is just supposed to be the companion. I hadn't been using it as the companion because I'm not sure why. I guess I just didn't think that these are all the same creature or the same type. So I had just been using it off sideboard, and then I realized today, I was like, wait a second, I can just put this in the companion deck. For some reason I thought I had to get rid of all my creatures and make it like only humans. But then I looked at it again and I was like, oh, wait a second. To be honest, I'd never used this companion before. So I didn't really read it. And I was just like, this deck's pretty good. I don't think it needs the companion. I guess you just put it in after, like if you sideboard out a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it should just be the companion. So solid companion. What can I say? Funny story about that though. Then we have some Esper Sentinels. Really good against Phoenix. Really good against Control. Anything that's trying to cast a lot of spells. So you can often sideboard those in. It's really good. Containment Priest. Awesome for same thing. Arc like Phoenix. Cats. Cats is like my least favorite deck. So this just feels great if you get it off and just exile it right away. Yasharn, same thing, good for sacrifice, red, black sack decks, cats, the like. Giant Killer, good for things with big creatures, pretty straightforward. Scavenging Ooze, good for graveyard decks as well. Archon, same thing. The meta is just full of control and decks that are trying to cast a lot of things. So you just play the Archon out, and it prevents them from doing that. And then you have some more Skyclave Apparitions, just in case there's just a lot of permanents under 4. Boom, easy. And then Night of Autumn, destroys target artifact or enchantment. Good for cats. Nobody likes cats. Just get rid of the cats. And the Yasharns are the same thing. It's just good for cats. So you just put that in. Good for sacrifice stuff. And then they can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents, so they can't sacrifice their cats to activate the ability of the Witch's Oven, which is great. Nothing against cats. Players who play it, that's fine. You've made your decision. You've made your choice. Not mine. I find it excruciatingly difficult to play against. I find it boring, but everybody's, got their own ideas of what's fun, so no criticism there. Just not my jam. Anyway. Let's get into this event, and hopefully we can do okay. I've done a little bit of playtesting with it. I think it can play out pretty well, so let's see how she goes. All right, let's go first. Hand looks great. I think I'll lead with my Hell Collector here. Although it's possible that we just want to ramp with the Land of War Elves. Yeah, I'm going to hit them with the Elite Spellbinder instead of the Thalia. Alright, let's see what they got. Okay, definitely getting rid of that. That card is just horrible to play against. Or, well, not horrible to play against, but just, just automatically wins the game if they get it off, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I think we can play Thalia now. Stops them from using their Cultivate. Alright, so this is what I was talking about with the adversary. You play this out. Fair enough. Yeah. I guess we knew they had that, but no biggie. I think I'll get the Omari Collector out. Swing. I think we can just win the game this turn. We have 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So let's just do that. Right. 1, 2, 3. Swing for lethal. Okay, so what is their deck? I guess it's just like an ultimatum deck. Control, ultimatum. I don't have that much information. I actually haven't played against this deck too many times. But let's look at the sideboard here. Okay, so Containment Priest isn't good against them because they can cast the spell. I actually think we're pretty good for the most part. Maybe we want a couple Esper Sentinels. I think I might cut 2 Brittle Cathars and put the Sentinels in. Alright, hand's not bad. Same thing as before, I'm just going to ramp into the Elite Spellbinder. Sure. Let's see. Hopefully they have the Emergence again. Feel like this breaks their deck in some way. I'm just going to go with the Extinction Event though. My initial read is that the Abundant Harvest is probably some kind of combo. Maybe not. Alright, let's play Sentinel. Cult Collector. I think we can wait on the Omari. Because now they have to pay 1 and we'll draw a card. Or they have to pay 1 or else we'll draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess they could Extinction Event here. Alright. Swing the board. Alright, they hit us with that Extinction Event. Creature. Hopefully they don't have their Emergence here. Ooh. Okay. Ward 10, jeez. It's insane. Well, that's a GG. What a card. I don't think the Skyclave Apparitions work in our deck. So it's probably Archon and Giant Killer. The Archon for, like, if they play their emergence, they can't play a spell after, which is pretty good. I actually think it would shut them down pretty well. Okay, Thalia is solid. I think this is a good opening hand. Got the Archon. Play our Thalia. That's definitely going to hurt them. All right. I think we play our barracks here. So we're swinging in for 3-9. Play our Archon. Swing in. And I guess unless they have a removal spell, you basically shut them down. Okay, they're going to choose odd. Or sorry, even. So if we play this, and then use its ability once, this would be a 2/2. This would be a 3. Actually, we can just beat them with the Ceratops here. Give them haste. Give it haste, sorry. Swing in for the 8. Boom. All right. Well, solid first game. The aggro strat really worked out in our favor there. And we got one in the books. So we already won back half of the entry fee. I think these events are actually super solid. I don't play them enough. FYI, I am going to be investing in some lighting. So the video is a little bit more clear. I know it looks a little bit janky right now. What's going on here? Let's back it out and see if we can run it back. Apologize if you can hear the vacuuming above me. I live in a basement apartment, so I hear a lot of noise, sadly. Alright, that took a little while. But we're in. Hand looks pretty good. We can lead with our overgrown farmlands tapped, I suppose. And I think I'll just play my Thalia. Next turn we can play Pelt Collector and Sentinel. Oh yeah, we got a moss pit giant. This could be annoying. Anyway, let's play our Pell Collector, our Sentinel, swinging for the 2. I guess we could have saved our Sentinel, but I doubt they would have blocked either way. What are they coming for, a Sentinel? All right. I think I'm just gonna get in with my questing beast here, swinging for a bunch of damage. All right, OP concedes. Now, what do we know they have? We know they have some Graves stuff. And that's pretty much all the information we have. I guess they have some removal. I think scavenging ooze is an scavenging ooze is a good include. Could probably get rid of our Cathars because they can just remove them. I'm actually questioning like the relevancy of these brutal Cathars, but obviously we can't make a difference now when it comes to that. So that's what it is. Pell collectors, fine. Giant killer. Maybe we want more skyclaves. I think we can probably cut a couple Pell collectors and bring those in. Those deal with the moss skeletons pretty well. I'm considering giant killer, but I think we'll just see like what their deck is and how it runs out before we decide to sidebar that in. I'm thinking they might have just quit. This is an extended wait. Leads me to believe they just quit. I just came back from the gym and I have this protein shake and I don't really want to drink it on cam, so I might step away. Take a little sips here and there. Yeah, hand's good. These guys are really salty about the loss initially, I believe. Hello? Opponent? Alright, there they go. Alright, well, an easy second win. Let's move on to game 3. Hopefully we don't have to wait as long for the next one. Play first. Definitely a good hand. We'll lead with our lair. You want to play it early, because if you play it after you have 2 lands down, it comes in tapped, which can be a critical mistake. Alright, so I think they mulled to 5. 4? Yikes. That sucks for them. Soul Warden, nice. I guess we don't want them to have this. Let's just swing in. They'll probably be too afraid to block. Anyway. Alright, let's say go. Very nice. Brutal Cathars is a really good draw. Let's hit their Youthful Valkyrie. Swing for 2. All right. I think I'll just get the Ferrex out now. Ooh, nice. Collected Company. Yikes. It's pretty tough. If we play our Inquisitor Captain, we might hit a Brutal Cathar. I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Okay, we just get a Sentinel. I hope they did they gain 5 life this turn? I'm not sure. Let's hope not. Because we can just play our Mammoth tapped. Okay, so they didn't quite hit that amount of life, which is good. Sure. Let's play this, and we can pay into the Intrepid twice. Pretty big attack. Pretty sure they're forced to block here. So we deal 10, 15, 19 damage. Like I said, pretty massive. Hopefully they don't get anything too good here. Alright, we took it. They actually did pretty well for a deck that had to mulligan to 4. But yeah, let's bring in our Skyclave Apparitions. I think Pelt Collectors are probably less important. Maybe Sentinels are less important. Actually, Containment Priests are great against the, what do you call it? Collected Company. So let's bring those in. Get rid of some of these collectors. I guess, is that the worst thing in our deck here, though? Probably. I think that makes sense. Alright, let's run it like this. Alright, alright. Yeah, seems like a decent hand. Soul Warden. Actually, let's play our Mammoth. Voice of the Blessed. Solid. It's a difficult card to deal with. Yikes. We don't really have a lot of ways to deal with life gain in this deck. Yep, take 5. Let's play this God of War. God of Worthy. I don't think we can really come out of this one. Take the 6. Yep. Tough situation. Guess the best we can do is just try to gain life. Well, pretty nice. Good on them. Alright, GG's. That was tough. I guess we can bring in Giant Killer. Take out one of the collectors. All right. Definitely gonna have to mulligan that. This is better. Let's get rid of... Intrepid, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's fine. Play the layer, play the Llanowar Elves. I guess we just Brutal Cathar their Soul Warden here. Now we can see what they got in their hand. Just get rid of their Baffling End. Swing in for 3. Voice of the Blessed, sure. Let's Spellbinder again. Get rid of their Skyclave. Swing for 6. And I think we can probably just out-aggress them at this point. Play Galta. Swing for 6 here. And unless they have a way to deal with Galta, I think we just take this one. Okay, they can play Collected Company, sure. We gain 4. Get some counters. They can block 6. 10, 13 damage. So 13, can block all of that. 6. Six, 9, 10. I think we just swing all. Alright, GG's. This is going really well. Honestly, better than I expected it to. I mean, I expected that it could 5-0, but just with variance and everything, I thought it would be not in our favor. It often feels like it's not. Let's go to game 4. What I like about this deck too is it moves quickly. I like playing more aggressive decks nowadays. I mean, I honestly love control, but the games just take way too long. So as of late, if I play constructed, I usually like to play more aggressive decks. If you look in my channel, I've put 2 other historic decks online. One is Arc-like Phoenix, and the other one is Mono Red Burn. Mono Red Burn is super fun. I definitely recommend you check that video out, or even just check out that deck list. Super, super fun. Alright, let's go first. This hand's pretty good. So I think they're playing some kind of, probably like Rakdos Arcanist deck, which I don't think I've played against with this deck yet. Thoughtseize, sure. Alright, so let's play our Spell Collector. Shambling Ghost is pretty good. We'll just play Thalia now. Get a counter on the Pelt Collector. Sure. Okay, they're gonna Thoughtseize again. Oops. That's an instant concede, I believe. Yikes. I had a feeling that might get them. So let's play some Sentinels. I think we can get rid of our Pelt Collectors. They're fairly inefficient. And something that can just exile them right away. Let's bring in some Scavenging Oozes. I think we can probably cut a couple Cathars. Bring in Apparition. Or... yeah, Apparition's probably fine. Alright, alright. Hand is good. I'm actually going to play my Temple Garden for 2, so I can get the Llanowar Elves out first, and then play the Skyclave Apparition next. So let's do that. Deadly Dispute, sure. Alright, same thing. I'm just gonna play the Llanowar Elves out, and then hopefully next turn we can use Elite Spellbinder or Apparition on them, depending on what they play. So, Oni called deck. I wasn't expecting that. Sure. Played a deck like this earlier, but it was a cat variation. I don't think this is a cat variation. Okay, they're gonna Fatal Push, sure. It's pretty annoying. And our layer comes in tapped, also frustrating, but it is what it is. So I kind of want to see what they're up to. I think I'm just going to play the Spellbinder next. I think the information is quite important. Sure. Alright, let's check it out. Goblin Engineer. I didn't even realize this was in Historic. I really like this card. So they can return artifacts. They could sack the synthesizer and bring it back. We take it, they can play it out anyway. So I'm just gonna hit their meat hook massacre. And we'll say go. Reckless Fireweaver, sure. Wonder what they're gonna get from their deck. Maybe another, yeah, Oni Call Anvil. Sure, that makes sense. Yep. This is definitely a really cool deck. There's just like so much going on. Definitely not easy to deal with. Yeah, I do think we Skyclave Apparition their Goblin Engineer. And we'll play our Thalia. Make their stuff cost a little bit more. Okay. Oof. It's a big hit. I think we're pretty much good to call it a game there. Scavenging Ooze isn't bad, that gains us some life. We can just exile all our own creatures to the Ooze. Alright. I'm gonna play Lurus. So I guess we're just trying to buy back some life. I think it's pretty much over though. Yeah, let's just pass it. We're dead. We should have exiled their Oni, I guess, but I don't think it really mattered either way. Yasharn's great, actually. Probably get rid of the Ceratops, replace it with the Yasharn. Alright, 1-1. This is our biggest challenge out of the games we've played so far. This hand looks good. Play land. Now we can play Thalia. Oh, alright, let's play Scavenging Ooze. Whoopsie. It's alright. They'll probably waste some removal spell on the Scavenging Ooze, which is pretty good for us. Fatal Push or something. Okay. So let's play Thalia now. Next turn we can smash in for 4. The thing about this deck is because it's all creatures, it's very consistent. Like you're just always playing stuff out, and it can interfere with your opponent's strategies quite a bit. They just don't expect like non-stop creatures coming out, non-stop swings. Let's see how they deal with it now though. They might have an answer. Alright, they're gonna hit our Thalia. Okay. Oh, this is great against their Oni Call Anvil. And it stops their Fireweaver, and it stops their artifact. So if they don't have a way to get rid of this, they just can't even deal damage to us. Pretty great. Basically just shut down their whole strategy. Oh, nice. That's pretty good. Sure. Alright, we'll play our Thalia. And let's just destroy their their anvil. I guess they could bring it back if they play their Lurus. Sure. We play our Mari. Next turn we can get him for some pretty big damage. Can pump this twice. Okay. Pump it. Yeah, just 2 times still. Or even just, actually just once. Anyway, let's get him for the 5. Lurus. I like their deck a lot. I might even want to do a deck tech on this one. It's funny how I can actually tolerate this, but I can't tolerate cats. I think it's just something about the cats and the meowing just drives me nuts. Swinging for 5 again. Sure. Okay. It's pretty good. So we can make a Hydra. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. We do 6. Okay. Take 2. Okay. I guess we do want to swing in with our Intrepid at this point. Ooh, nice. That's great. Just gaining the life now. No shame. No shame in my game. Alright, let's swing in for 5. Take a fair amount of damage. 2, 3 damage, okay. Oh yeah. So we can pump this for a bunch. 1, 2 times. Three times, actually. Gained a bunch off the Intrepid again. Guess that's GG's. Well, nice deck OP. I think that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind trying it out. And good game to you. Alright, 4-0. Let's go to the 5th game now. Hopefully we can get the trophy here. And I will be right back. Alright, game 5. And looks pretty good. Alright, Kansandu Mammoth. And then we'll play our Land War Elves and our Pelt Collector. I think we'll just bring in our Omari now. Swing in for 1. Sentinel's fine. And we can swing for 3 here. Looks like they might be stuck on land. Okay, we got a Boros deck. I think I will just hit their Challenger and swing in for 5. They'll probably kill it, but I think that's alright. Another Challenger. God, we're really getting stuck on land too. Well, I guess we'll just swing in with our Sentinel. And let's make it protected from red. Alright. Nice. Nice, we can exile something. I guess it's the Steward is the biggest issue. And we'll play a land. I guess we want to play a white land. And why don't we just Skyclave Apparition for Challenger? Now we can swing in for 7. And I think that's game, yeah. I think we can bring in Giant Killer. Probably cut... let's just play the get deck as is. I think it's okay. Alright. I think we'll lead with the Llanowar Elves. And we can Brutal Cathar whatever creature they may play. Little Goblin. I think that's okay. They may have a burn spell for our Cathar. We'll find out. Okay, we flip. And we can play Pelt Collector. And I guess we'll just play another Pelt Collector and then follow up with our Thalia. Getting really real aggressive on them. I'm wondering if they're like a feather deck. So we can follow up with Galta now. As long as I don't get rid of our elf. Ooh, major. Alright, let's play our Redane. Oh yeah. Sure, take 3. And we can play our Sentinel. No attacks. Sure. I guess we'll just block the Goblin. Seems fine. Sure. Alright, Questing Beast is okay. Let's just swing the 4. And we're gonna have to make some blocks here. Yep. Sure, this gets trample. Mentor. And this actually has first strike. I think this game's over. Move on to the next one. Alright. Cool little deck. Boros, Aggro. Things turned around quite a bit there for them. How much does Aurelia cost? 4. Alright, so we're definitely going to want to bring in these Skyclaves. Probably cut the Sentinels. We don't really need to exile anything from their grave. And then maybe we bring in Giant Killer and cut Ceratops. Seems good. Alright, alright. This hand seems pretty good. Play ourselves a Thalia. We can follow up with a Spellbinder. See what they got. Deals damage to itself equal to its power. Deals 3 damage. They have a lot of removal. I think we just get rid of their Legion War Boss for now. When it trains, exile one target creature from a battlefield or graveyard. That's fine for us. I think we'll play Intrepid. Pump it once. And swing for a 7. So they can decide to hit the Thalia or the Intrepid here. Magic, sure. Yeah, happy to make that trade. Right. That was silly. Whoops, big misplay there. Alright, well, let's just swing in for 3. Yeah, I think we might have just given the game away there, unfortunately. Sure. Let's hit their Savior. Hopefully they don't have a pump spell. What? Oh. Whoops. Has to be attacking. What? Why didn't it work? I don't get it. Shouldn't that have triggered? Totally don't understand what just happened there. It was attacking, right? Right, so yeah, we totally gave the game away. Although this should have worked. I don't know what was up with that. I don't know if anyone watches this video and they see what the mistake was. Yeah. Makes no sense. Alright, anyway, let's just move on to the next one. That was really weird. Okay. Game 6 here. And then we're going to do our announcement about the winner that I will be selecting for a foil doubling season from Double Masters. I'm doing it a giveaway in celebration of my new account on YouTube and just the first week of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty drafting. I made the announcement 2 weeks ago, and today is the last day to enter. So I'm going to be going live on YouTube for a short period and announcing the winner there. So good luck to everyone who entered, and yeah, someone's going to have a foil doubling season, which is pretty solid. Alright, let's get this trophy. Hopefully we don't fight another Boros deck here. They do have Aurelia as their Planeswalker icon, so it's possible they could be Boros. Alright, hand's pretty good. We'll keep it. I'm going to play the Temple Garden out, pay the 2, and play the Land War Elves. So it does look like it might be... Is this the same person? Maybe we're the only ones playing traditional historic event right now. I swear this is just the same person. Alright, next turn we can play either our Skyclave Apparition or our Galta. It might just be the Galta. Sure. And for 6. Get our big boy out. Okay, so this, I don't think this is the same deck, but it's very similar.
Should be proud to have come so far. Deliver us to victory.
So no life gain for you. Swing for 18. Sure. GG's. And I guess we want to bring in our Skyclaves, take out our Sentinels. What else did we do? Take out a Ceratop. And we'll put in a Giant Killer. I think that seems good. Same strategy as last time. We just want to bring in our exile spells for their little creatures. Alright, good hand. Healer Hawk, sure. Play our Sandu. And play Thalia. And I think next we'll just play the Mammoth out, probably. Actually, I think I'm down to play the Elite Spellbinder here and see what they got in their hand. Let's get rid of their Justice Strike. And we'll swing for 2. Sure, no blocks. I think we'll play our Shifting Ceratop here. I guess they could kill it with the Citywide Bust. Okay, 2 for 1. With Skyclave Apparition, there's Sky Knight Vanguard. And we'll swing for 3. Magic. Doesn't have first strike. And they can't pay for it. Now we can play our Kazandu Mammoth. And let's swing for 2. 4. I think we can wait on the Arari. Probably could have waited on the land too, but I think it's okay. Vanishing Light on Thalia, okay. Happy to make that trade. Play our Pelt Collector. Play our Thalia. And let's get our... Well, let's swing in first for 5. Now we'll bring our Omari in. Let's play our Omari. Creature. And swing in. I think now again we can play our Thalia. And let's play our Wharf. Or Atlanta War Elves. Hopefully they don't have a way to board wipe. Like Deafening Cathar, I guess, wouldn't be very good. Swing the board. Okay, GG's. We got the trophy. Relatively easily. We had the one game where we misplayed, but otherwise, most of the other games went smooth. We did have the one game where the guy just like conceded immediately, which obviously makes things a bit easier. But yeah, pretty exciting. Get the extra 1100 gems, or 1100 gold, 3 cards. Not a bad way to get gold if you're pretty good with your constructed decks. So what do we get for cards? Amplifier, Tail's End, and Thorn Elemental. Cool. Right on. So anyway, I hope you liked what you watched, if you did. And hope it was insightful. Maybe you're interested in making the deck. I mean, you've seen the potential here. It's obviously viable in the meta. Although a lot of people were playing kind of off-meta decks, which is actually pretty common, I find, in the traditional historic event. It seems like people like to play kind of unique decks. Not sure why. You'd think they want to be a little bit more competitive for something that has stakes, but a lot of people tend to lean into more abstract things. But yeah, if you liked what you watched, feel free to like the video, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Cheers.